Let's talk about nasty ass Yuta and how he fights and then eats a live roach for dinner.
Ugh, brother, ugh.
It all kicks off with Yuta assisting individuals who are trapped within the culling game and directing them towards the northern edge of the barrier. A good guy. Progress is smooth as fuck until a sudden loud rumbling catches everyone's attention. Alert and ready, Yuta urges everyone to seek shelter inside the stadium, only to witness a man running desperately away from a horde of roaches closing in on him and fast, ready to engulf and just devour this dude. Yuta reacts quickly and jumps towards this guy and grabs his arm to try and help him out, and I'ma keep it a buck. Yuta is a bigger man than me because ain't no way you're gonna catch me jumping into any swarm of roaches or bugs, let alone this fucking swarm. Sorcery or not, screw that, especially if they're one of those flying ones. Despite Yuta's reaction, the swarm quickly swallows up the man, tearing him apart until only his skeleton remains, leaving no chance for survival. Now turning their attention to Yuta, he raises his sword but is taken aback as he gets forcefully thrown back in surprise. Each roach is loaded with cursed energy, making them even more difficult opponents. Facing a swarm of such a creature, Yuta recognizes them as a serious problem. As the swarm advances towards the innocent people from before, Yuta in a hurry calls out to Rika for help. Without hesitation, Rika quickly acted to block the entrance and prevent the swarm from entering and harming those inside. Yuta doesn't remain passive either. He wields his sword infused with curse energy to fight the roaches. Meanwhile, at a distance, a person observing watches Yuta struggle. Unworried by Yuta's performance and actual moves, the observer is alarmed by the huge amount of cursed energy Yuta possesses. Curious what he's fighting, Yuta asks the Kogane what the hell is this thing he's fighting? Is it another player? The Kogane confirmed the identity of this thing as Kuro Rushi? I'm sorry if I fucked that up. As the swarm of roaches vanish, the swarm turns into a single massive roach directly confronting Yuta. The observer watching explains that the roach possesses an unsatisfiable appetite and having just awakened, it craves new prey. Yuta's interruption of its meal has drawn the roach focus upon him, and it's determined to consume him fast. Yuta's gaze remains fixed on the roach, prepared to eliminate it at a moment's notice. Realizing that this roach is merely a cursed spirit player and anticipating the potential existence of others like it, Yuta decides to introduce 4 new rules to the game. To implement these rules, he understands that he requires a total of 400 points. In addition to the 2 rules that Megami desires, Yuta seeks to introduce rules for communication and travel in and out of colonies. Despite this, Yuta is set on shouldering the burden of acquiring the 400 points on his own without seeking any help. Meanwhile, Megami and Yuji are concentrated on gathering 100 points each for themselves, but working together. From this alone, I can tell Yuta is on another level, and I still haven't seen nothing from him yet, I'm sure of it. Along with that, it's almost like he's trying his best to save everyone else the trouble of points by trying to get this done by himself. Almost like a payment to them for not being present during the Shibuya incident. Yuta harbors concerns regarding Gojo too. Gojo's emotional state after being forced to try and kill his best friend once again. And Yuta doesn't want that for Gojo, so Yuta is determined to confront Kenjaku alone and fulfill his vow to kill him too while gathering the required 400 points. The big-ass roach readies its own weapon, the festering life sword, an enchanted blade that intertwines the concepts of life and death. But Yuta with speed swings his arms, severing the arm of the roach before quickly closing in on it as it attempts to create some distance. With his sword ready, Yuta relentlessly pursues the creature, aiming to inflict further damage, marking a great start to the fight for Yuta. His keen observation skills alert him to the presence of 2 onlookers as well, causing him to conceal his ability to use reverse curse techniques during the battle. Mindful of Rika's role in safeguarding the people at the stadium, Yuta refrains from relying on her assistance and keeps his usage of his reverse curse techniques secret. The goal is to exorcise this roach, but it asks Yuta why he's interfering, and Yuta's all like, I got a better question. Why do you want to kill me and all these people? And we get a typical monster curse answer because he just likes the taste of blood. And with that, this roach continues to use something called blinding, earthen, insect, trance coming from the roach, and 2 small curses appear side by side. At high speeds, they split up, but Yuta skillfully cuts through the two curses created by the roach creature. Seizing the opportunity though, while Yuta is momentarily distracted, the roach charges at him with its weapon drawn. As their blades clash in close proximity, the roach capitalizes on the moment to utilize its small, creepy ass curses, injecting them into Yuta's skin and then piercing through. Shortly after, the curses burst out of Yuta's shoulder, inflicting damage. Reacting fast, Yuta once more cuts through them. Unfazed, the roach takes this moment to strike, landing a blow with its blade on Yuta's body, causing Yuta to collapse to the ground under the impact of this attack. Now bloodied, Yuta lies defenseless on the ground as the roach monster stands over him, taking his face in preparation to finally feast on and devour its long-awaited meal. But this ballsy, nasty motherfucker Yuta uses his hands to grab the roach's face, and he opens wide to take a bite out of the roach's head in some strange ass Uno reverse card situation. Instead of being devoured, he devoured this roach with a single bite, destroying its body. Bro, I had to take a moment to pause to even come to terms that Yuta bit into a live roach. That's so fucking sick, but so badass at the same time. Yuta will do whatever it takes, even while nerfing himself to win a fight. This is why Yuta is one of my favorites to ever do it in JJK. I don't care. I said it. And by winning this fight, he gains 5 points. As the fight ends, the observers watching notes that Yuta executed a reverse curse technique that was transformed into an output, enabling him to unleash a powerful mouth-to-mouth blast directed at the roach's head. And that's why the roach died like this. The chapter concludes with one of the observers deciding she's seen enough, approaching Yuta and making it clear that she's aware of his capability to utilize reverse curse techniques. Thanks for watching, guys. If you guys want to see the continuation of what happens with Yuta next and the explanation of Rika and how she's still around, then make sure you hit that like button, comment down below, and if you're new to the channel, hit that sub button. I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Also, I'm aware this roach had a name, but I was not about to fumble that name each time. I'm terrible with that. Sorry about that.